Hi guys, welcome to my first official long video that's not a short on my channel, and I'm going to talk about my finished books projects. So I have a large amount of coloring books. In that large amount of coloring books, I think I have finished 2 books, possibly 3 in the amount of time that I have been coloring. So that's not a lot considering the amount of books I have. So I've started to set aside books and give myself deadlines to finish said books. I work pretty good with deadlines. I work a little better with deadlines. And at the end of some of these deadlines are rewards. So what I'm doing to keep track before I get into the books is I have this notebook. And in the notebook I have squares. And every time I finish a page, I will cross off the square and write down the date that I finished the page, and I have it set up for all of the books that I wish to finish. And this is just my finished pages list that I keep track of. So to talk a bit about the books and the deadlines and the rewards. The first book is World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. I have all but maybe 2 or 3 of Johanna Basford's books, and I've never finished one, not one. And she has one coming out in November that I really, really want, called Wonderful Wildflowers. And I'd like to be able to get 2 copies of it. One I'm going to do completely in watercolor and one just in colored pencil and maybe marker. So in order to purchase that book, I'm going to finish World of Flowers. So I have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I have 20 pages left. And the book Wonderful Wildflowers comes out November 4th. So the goal is to get those last pages done by November 4th. So, fingers crossed on that one. The next book in the finished project list is Phantomorphia. And I didn't start this as a finished project until this month. Beginning of this month, I decided I was going to do this. So, I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages left in this book to finish. This book I would like to finish before the end of October because Kirby has a book coming out in October. And it's his 10th anniversary book. So if I finish this book by the end of October, then I can purchase the other book. So the first 2 books, sort of the reward to that is that I get to purchase the book by the next artist's book in their series. So that's the whole deal with that. The next one is a little bit of an easier one, and it will probably be the easiest one to finish, even though I still have 27 pages left to finish in this book. But this is 50 Halloween Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. I'd like to finish this by the end of October, obviously, end of Halloween. And the pages in this are very simple. They can be done in marker or crayon. I've done a lot of these in marker. I've done a lot of these in pencil. So these are some of them can be pretty easy to finish. Some of them are a little more detailed. So it takes a little time to do. But I would like to get this done by the end of October. And then lastly, this book is also going to be part of another video I'm going to talk about where I've picked out a pile of books from my current coloring book collection that I have either never colored in or have only colored maybe a few pages and haven't touched it in a long time. This book I haven't touched since 2020. It's on 2025, do the math. It's been a long time. And I decided that I'm going to put this one on my finished project list. I gave myself a large time to finish this. These 3 I would like to have done by the end of the year in some capacity. This one I'd like to have done by my birthday, which is in May, because I got this as a gift for my birthday from one of my in-laws. So, I would like to finish this. And this one, the pictures are a little complicated. They can be done either very simply or, very, detailed, depending on how I want to do it. So these are going to take a little bit longer. That's why I set myself up with saying I would like to finish this by May of next year. I like this as a concept because I have so many books that I would really like to finish. I would like to have books that I could do a video and say, here's a flip through of everything I've finished. This would be great. So my goal is to finish these 4 books. These 3 books before December starts. I will probably add Johanna's Christmas to my finish list to see if I can finish that by the end of the year. And that's going to be a challenge because I don't think I've done maybe 2 pictures in her Christmas book. So this was, my goal for this video was to just outline, hey, these are my finished projects. I plan on next year taking on more finished projects, and I would like to, finish more books. I'd like to have a nice big stack of books. I'd like to have a lot of videos on my channel where I have flipped through a completely finished book. So that's my goal. My goal is to get through the books I have. Not saying I'm not going to purchase more because I do have plans. Kirby and Johanna are my always buy. They are my I'm going to purchase these books. Unless it's just something I don't necessarily may not like. I know next year Johanna's coming out with affirmations cards to color that I want to get, so might have to work on getting things finished before I can purchase that. And I did just purchase another Halloween related book, just because I really wanted to support the artist, and it's a very, very cute book, and I'll probably talk about that book on my channel more, but I just wanted to make this my first video, and I am going to do a follow-up video in a couple of days where I have pulled out a good pile of books, and I'll go through each book and kind of talk about them a little bit, maybe show you pages I've already done, if I maybe have done a page or 2, and my goal is over the next couple of weeks to put 1 or 2 pages in each one, to get a couple done. I'm not looking to finish them, I'm just looking to actually get some traction going in those books. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you are new to my channel is very new, and you'd like more coloring content in your life, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.